In the first few videos of this series, we started to create a package for the test format of DatoCMS used for the structured text field. So in the first video, we've started to create some types to represent the format inside the Helm. Then we've created a decoder that allowed us to decode a JSON document into our types. And in the third video, we've started to render this structured text value into HTML. So now almost everything is almost done, so we just need to publish the package. But before that, we need to think about a few things. First, let's think about what I'm exposing with this package. So if you have a look at helm.json, you can see that we're exposing two modules, which are structured text.decode and structured text.html, so those tools. If you have a look at the decode module, for example, we're exposing decoder and item decoder, which is fine. But the decoder has this type signature. So if I want to expose that, people will be able to create a structured text value thanks to that. But if you have a look at types.helm, structured text is defined here. And as this module is not exposed, people won't be able to use structured text in their type annotation because they cannot import it. So we need to make this one importable. So the easiest way to do that is just to add structured text dot types here, but that creates another issue, because if I'm exposing this module, everything will be exposed, because in this module everything is exposed. So it's not really nice, because I don't want people to mess with my things. So usually what you do when you don't want to expose something to the external world, you just create some internal folder and put everything inside. So let's do that. Okay. So right here, and of course, we won't expose that because it's not very nice. So we need to change the import, so it's not structured.type, but internal.types. Okay, I forgot to change the module name right here. And here it's the same, so okay. And I guess in the test we have the same thing. Okay, so now we have just moved our types module. So if we try to launch the test, it's still passing, so it's perfect. But now we still need to expose this one. So what we will do is create a new module called structured text at the root of our package. And here we will expose this module. So what we will do is first rename this one to call it a document, for example. Okay, and here we will expose a type alias called structured text, which is equal to a document. And we can import the document. So now we can expose only the structured text. So this type will be exposed, but this one won't. So everything should be fine. Let's just try to compile. Okay, perfect. So now we're only exposing what we want the user to create. So the only way for him to create a structured text will be to use the decoder. Perfect. So now something we need to do is have some documentation. For that, let's have a look at ndoc preview, a tool from DMY that allows us to preview the documentation. So let's have a look. Okay. we need to install mdoc preview. Perfect. And then we can launch this one. And it opens the preview of your package. So yeah, we have a few errors because we are missing many things. So first, we need to be explicit about there. So we are exposing the structured text only. Then we need to have documentation common between the different modules. So in an exposed module, you need to have some documentation right here for it to work. And every exposed value should be documented. So to go a little bit faster, I've already created the definition. So let's just copy them. So inside the structured text, so here I'm not adding any documentation to the module because it's really simple. It's only one type. But what I'm using is this docs instruction that explain to the documentation website how to display and the order of your documentation. So here I'm just saying, okay, you can display the structured text first. It's only one exposed in this module, so it doesn't matter a lot. Okay, so here I'm describing what the structured text is used for. Okay, then we can go to the decode module and do the same. So I've created the module documentation right here. Then we have a little more for the decoder. So as you can see, I've added some examples for the user to better get what the method is used for. Okay, a little more examples. Those are the only two exposed, so I don't need to document the rest of the file. Let's go to the HTML file. I have some module documentation. Okay. A little bit of description right here. Right here. I've added a default renderer for the user to more easily define the render parameters. So created this one that we can expose. And the last one is this one. Okay. Perfect. Let's have a look at the documentation. So this time it compiles, but it says that it cannot find a README file. So let's create one. New file, readme.markdown. Okay. So this time I've created also a README, so with a more complete example of what we can do with this package. One instruction to help use with mGraphQL, which I expect to be the main use case. A little link to the videos because it's quite interesting, I guess, and the license and a small word for contribution. So perfect. And now we can preview this documentation, so it seems nice. Perfect. And as you can see, we can just see how it will look. So perfect. Okay, so documentation is okay. Now I want to introduce something else to my project, which is mReview. mReview is kind of a linter that will analyze your project to find mistakes and help you fix them. So let's add and review. So we can install it like this. Then we can try some rules thanks to this kind of line. But let's create first the first thing. So how is it? I think we can do and review init. I'm not sure. So yes, I want him to create everything. So then we can enable some rules. So there should be a new folder, yes, review, and then we can see some things right here. So I've seen some rules that I want to integrate, so let's add them. Okay, this one. So I need to go inside the review folder and then I can add them. Yes, I will add all the rules. So okay, yes, this one. Okay, perfect. This one. And this one. So those are some rules that you can find inside the M package registry. And each of these packages have one or more rules that you can import and use. So let's try a first one. Okay, so the first one was mreview debug. Its role is to avoid having debug.log or debug.todo inside your code. So let's add those two. Okay. I have some colorization issue because I've not attached those ones. So let's add and.json. Okay, yeah, it's better. So perfect. And format, encoder, syntax error. Why is that? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, because those one needs to be there. Yeah, perfect. So let's try those rules. Oh, I made a typo. So those two rules are working, it seems, so perfect. Let's add, so this rule, no, this package has many rules. First one is pretty nice, no exposing everything, so you can avoid exposing everything. I think I do that somewhere, so let's try. Yeah, as you can see, there are some errors, so I can directly fix them. Yes, I want to apply that, I want to apply that, and I want to apply that. Perfect. So now, if I go have a look, you can see that it has explicitly exposed everything inside my test and inside the structured text folder. As you can see, everything is exposed explicitly. Perfect. No importing everything, so yeah, we can use that. Okay. I like this rule. No importing everything. No missing type annotation, which is pretty nice. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm missing someone. Yeah. So, import test exposing everything. So this one cannot be fixed automatically. Okay, no worries. No importing everything. In fact, I think you can exclude test code because it doesn't make a lot of sense to run and review inside on JSON. So I need to check maybe. Okay, mreview. I think. So inner errors for directories. I think it's this one. So yeah, if you want to disable some rules for the test file, so right here. Okay, and the directory will be test. I guess. Okay, perfect. Let's try that again. Clear into file. Perfect, so no errors. Let's add another rule. So we were adding no missing type annotation. This one I wasn't sure if I wanted to add it, but why not? I think it will be better. So yeah, we have 4 errors, so let's have a look. So no missing type annotation. In html.elm, line 130, okay, we can add the missing type annotation. Okay, temp file 195 right here. Okay, perfect. Children node, temp file 253. I think it's right here. And I guess that the last one is this one. Perfect. Let's have a look. It works. Perfect. No missing type expose. This one would have catched the structured text not being exposed. So let's have a look. Where am I? Right here, we can add it. Okay, perfect. So, 4 errors. This is a little more a problem. Yeah, so we should expose item ID. So let's add it to structured text right here. So let's add it. Yeah, it is right here. Where is the item ID? It's right here. Perfect. We can add it right here. We will need to expose that. Add some documentation. Okay. So we can remove, yeah, it's perfect. And we need to import. So we can see that we're mixing the export to the item ID. So let's go into the internal types. Locate, so let me just do that. For item ID. Okay, it's right here. And what we'll do is put that here. We need to expose. So I think we'll do the same that we've done. Let's see if it works. So let's rename that document item ID and rename this one document item ID. Okay. So that works. And here, what we will do is expose an item ID, which will be a document item ID. Okay, we can expose this one. We need to document it. Okay, and then if we, no, it should work. Okay, so we still have 4 errors because in fact we are exposing those ones, but we're still using the document inside your code. So let's go into decode.elm, and instead of document, item ID, which is right here. Yeah, we can keep that, but here we'll just use item ID. And here we also need to return a structured text. It's the same. Because both are aliases, but one is exposed and the other not. So let's go to the next one, which is inside decode.elm line 59. So here we need to expose an item ID. Okay, and the last one is inside HTML, yes, of course. And here on the render function, which is right here, we need to replace that by structured text. Perfect. Let's have a look. No errors. No premature late computation. Not sure what this one do. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. Just check if we don't do the computation too soon. So in the review config, we can add this one. Perfect. Let's have a look. Perfect. Oh, I'm running it with fix since earlier, so yeah, better. So that's all for this package. Let's review this one. So indirect internals, it blocks indirect imports to internal modules. So let's have a look. Perfect. No errors. No long import lines, just something about aesthetism, I guess. No long import lines. So here we have some issue, but we can fix them automatically. So yes, I want that. Yes, I want that. And yes, I want that. Well, okay, perfect. And the last one, yes, is about unused value. So we can have many rules. add them all. And maybe we will have some errors. No errors. Perfect. So as you can see, mReview is a pretty powerful tool that we can use for a lot of things. So don't hesitate to use it, because so as you can see, mReview is pretty powerful, so don't hesitate to add it to your project, whether it is a package or not. That's pretty nice. Okay, so now everything seems to be quite good. Oh, I can see that I've added some node modules for mReview, but I didn't init my repository, so npm init and DatoCMS structured text one. Okay. Let's have a look at the license name. Okay, yes. And let's just reinstall yeah, this one just to be sure. And I'm just gonna add node modules to my ignore list. Okay, I think we can add everything now. Let's commit it. So package ready to be published. Just have a look at my checklist. Yeah, I think I had everything I needed, so we can close that. We can close that. Perfect. So now let's publish this package. So I will push this branch, and now I'm going back to master. And what I will do is add the master at the same state that we were. Okay. Why did it change? Oh yeah, I remember. I just need to check that. Okay. So let's push that to master. And now we will try to publish it. So unpublish. And now we have some things. So first, we need to add the license. So let's create the license file. Perfect. Okay, and publish. So here it's asking me to create a tag, but before I think, yeah, I need to add the license file. Okay, I will push that. Now I can create the tag add ask. Okay, and I can push in 1.0.0. Perfect. Let's run and publish again. Perfect, so now it's published. Let's have a look at package.home. Still not available. So I think it's okay. Maybe we need to wait a little bit. Yeah, perfect. And it's now available directly, so you can use it inside your project. Thank you for following me during this series of video. I hope that you like to follow the journey of package creation. If you liked it, please leave a thumb up. And thank you for watching.